Good afternoon for 4 News Now. I'm Rob King. Tonight, Jimmy Eat World is in Spokane on a co-headline tour with Manchester Orchestra. And before that show, though, graciously taking some time out of his day, we have drummer Zach Lind of Jimmy Eat World. Zach, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
Good, good. Is this your guys' kind of first big tour coming out of the pandemic?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, you could say that. You know, we've done a few little shorter runs and one-offs and stuff like that. And we actually did a longer European tour last summer. But this is the first big US run that we've done coming out of the pandemic and kind of doing an extended all the major markets and all that. So that's right.
Was there did you guys have to get back into a learning curve of kind of ramping up that, all right, we're in front of thousands of people again? How does that go?
Well, I think we're past that at this point. You know, our first show back after the pandemic, our very first show was, we played the main stage at Lollapalooza, and it seemed like there was 30,000 people there. It was crazy. And so that sort of ripped off the scab for the most part for us. We were, after that, everything else seemed kind of smaller. But that was kind of a big shock to the system. But, you know, thankfully, as things opened up, then and continuing into last year, we played a lot of shows. So we're kind of past that by this point.
Absolutely. I'm from Southern California, so I have seen you guys before doing K-Rock shows in the area. Cool. I think maybe an almost acoustic Christmas or a weenie roast or something like that. But
right.
What the great thing about you guys is that you're one of those bands where you just forget how many hits you have until you go see a show and you're like, oh yeah, this song. Oh yeah, and then you go, oh yeah, Jimmy Eat World rocks.
Yeah, that's the idea. It's like a sneak attack, sometimes, it's hard. There's so many bands out there. There's lots of songs. And sometimes if you're a casual listener or a casual fan, you don't know every single song. But, that's something that we try to do, for our shows, is play songs that people know, that people connect with over time in some way. That's our sort of main priority when we're playing shows.
And now you guys have been a band is over 20 years now?
Yeah, this is actually our 30th year.
Oh my gosh, wild. How do you guys keep it fresh? So many bands don't make it that long.
Yeah, well, I think for us, we're always kind of future oriented. So we're kind of always looking to the next thing, trying to figure out what we want to do. And I think for us, it's just putting one foot in front of the other and just keep going. And I think, we're fortunate in that we get along and we respect each other. And I think we have a good relationship as bandmates. And that part makes it a lot easier. I think there's some bands that, for whatever reason, I think it helped a lot that we were just high schoolers, playing in a garage with friends. And that's how it started, and that's kind of how it is now. So
that kind of helps keep the egos in check, because you guys have all seen each other with terrible acne.
Yeah, I mean, it's there really is no battling, right? Because we're just friends from high school, and it's we thankfully see eye to eye on a lot of those discussions, and it's not really too contentious. For the most part, it's always just trying to collectively be the best band we can be, but yeah, I think it just makes it so much easier when you have that kind of relationship and that kind of history. We weren't a band that was put together by hired gun or tryouts or anything like that. So I think that makes it a lot easier.
Totally. So you guys are also have done a recorded and released a cover of Manchester Orchestra's Telepath. How did that get to be the song of theirs that you've chosen when they have an extensive catalog as well?
Right, yeah, it was kind of a daunting task. They're very unique and creative in the way that they structure their songs and the way they kind of lay out their songs and how they execute them. So it was a little tricky for us to figure out what to do. But our first idea was we want to take something that's really quiet of theirs, like a more mellow song, and make it really loud. And so we felt like Telepath was the best candidate for that. so for whatever reason, we just kind of thought, okay, this could be something we could translate into a much bigger, loud rock sound. And so that was our kind of starting point. We just went from there.
Awesome. So how's the tour been so far?
So far, it's been awesome. I mean, we've only done 2 shows, but we did Missoula and then we did Calgary. And so we're really looking forward to tonight, because I think tonight's going to be like, a proper, awesome show with the venue is great. It seems like it's brand new. And it should be a lot of fun. I mean, we're looking forward to tonight more than any of them.
Absolutely. Have you guys, I mean, I assume you've played Spokane before. Any fond memories?
Mm-hmm. I love Spokane. I love just walking around the park and the falls. It's such a cool environment, especially when you're touring. You're kind of always in cities, and here it's like you feel like you're in a city, but you have a lot of cool, natural elements that you can take in just by walking out of downtown and going into the park. So we've had really.
Oh yeah. I just moved here a couple months ago, and that's what I like. It's like the downtown's small, where there's bars and restaurants and stuff to do, but then if you want, you can go get a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, it's awesome. And like the last few times we've been here, it's been like, man, this is a really nice place. Like, I could see why people would want to either live here or visit here, because it's very picturesque, and it's a cool town to just walk around. It's very walkable.
Totally. So you guys have, your biggest hits like The Middle and Sweetness. Do you still get the excitement to play those on stage, or do you get more jazzed up for some of the newer stuff, like Telepath?
I think it's a combination of both. I think we're always excited. Whenever we play The Middle or Sweetness, people have such a great reaction, and it kind of turns the concert into like an instant party. So there's really nothing about that that's not fun and exciting for us. But yeah, I think we also like playing newer stuff, and because as like in our minds, we're usually the most excited about what we're just made or what we've just finished. So I think that for us is an important part of it as well, like making sure that we feature newer songs that we feel really proud of.
Totally. And then doing something like Telepath, where now you get to bring it in front of an audience. So were you guys playing it before you recorded it, or did you record it and then start playing it?
We've never played it live. We don't really plan on playing it live. It was just something we recorded for the 7-inch that we basically did, like a joint 7-inch with Manchester Orchestra. Mm-hmm. So for this, it's kind of weird to play the song of a band that you're playing with.
Sure.
So we'll let them play their song.
That's fair.
And their fans probably want to hear that, and so we're not going to steal their thunder. But yeah, I mean, it's more. It was more of just like a thing where we, as kind of like 2 bands in the tour, just kind of playing each other's songs and recording it. And it's awesome because it'll be available to buy like as a 7-inch record. So.
Oh, that's cool. So you can still get that vinyl.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly I don't know if they're already made or ready, but yeah, I think that's basically what the plan is.
I probably could have done that research, but next time. Anyways, Zach, thank you for taking the time. I know you guys probably have sound check or did sound check. You guys got a show tonight. I appreciate you taking the time and talking with me.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and hopefully we'll see people down tonight.
Absolutely. Again, Jimmy Eat World tonight at the Podium with Manchester Orchestra. That's a hell of a lineup you're not going to see very often. Thank you for watching. If you missed some of this interview, you can get it at kxly.com and kxly+. For now, live in studio, I'm Rob King.